For more than 40 million Filipinos, what they wanted to see at the time was whether or not the present government can provide the leadership necessary to restore peace and harmony in the society. During the first term of his administration, President Ferdinand E. Marcos met the innermost task of restructuring the country's social and economic conditions. More aid to agriculture was offered by the government through construction of irrigation systems to achieve self-sufficiency in rice and corn. Financial aid and technological assistance were extended to farmers. Miracle rice and other fast-growing rice seeds propelled the green revolution in rice production in many third world countries. Building of more roads, Philippine National Railway, bridges including San Juanico Bridge, Philippine National Airport, geothermal and hydroelectric power plants to generate electricity in the country, hospitals like Philippine Children Hospital, Philippine Heart Center, Philippine Kidney Institute, Lung Center of the Philippines, and other structures like Cultural Center of the Philippines, Folk Arts Theater or Tanghalang Francisco Balagtas, Philippine International Convention Center, Makiling Center for the Arts or National Arts Center, and Nayong Pilipino to promote nationalism among Filipinos were likewise done to best serve the needs of a growing population. Rapid development and economic progress characterized President Marcos' first term. In general, the people were satisfied by the president's performance, thus resulting to his re-election in 1969. He was the only president to be re-elected for a second term. On December 30, 1969, he took his oath of office in the native language, the first ever for a Philippine president.
Repeat after me. Ako si Ferdinand E. Marcos ng Batak, lalawigan ng Ilocos Norte, ng Batak, lalawigan ng Ilocos Norte, inihalal at itinanghal ng Pangulo ng Pilipinas, nagbibigay katarungan sa bawat tao, at itatalaga ko ang aking sarili sa paglilingkod sa bansa, kasyan nawa ng Diyos.
His second term in office was marked by increasing student demonstration in the streets known as the First Quarter Storm. Ano nga ba ang First Quarter Storm o sigwa ng unang kwarto? Ito ay isang malaking kilos protesta at demonstrasyon sa pangunguna ng kabataang makabayan ni Jose Maria Sison at ibang mga pambansang demokratikong organisasyon ng kabataan at estudyante ang sumalubong sa unang 3 buwan ng taong 1970. Umalingaw-ngaw ang mga sigaw ng "Makibaka, Huwag Matakot." Mahigit 50,000 ang pumuno sa mga plaza ng Kamaynilaan at nagmarcha sa mga lansangan patungong Malacanang at US Embassy.
Utos ng Pangulo ng ating bansa na paghandaan natin ang pagsalubong sa mga komunista na magtutungo sa Malacanang at sa US Embassy. Siguraduhin ng seguridad at huwag hayaan na makapasok sila o makapaggulo. Maliwanag?
Sir, yes, sir!
Patalsikin si Marcos! Patalsikin si Marcos! Patalsikin si Marcos! Sa preso mo, Marcos, hindi namin kailangan ng traitor sa bansa! Tama! Isa kang traitor! Tuta ng mga Amerikanong diktador! Ibagsa ang imperialismo sa bansa! Ibagsa! Itigil ang paghari ng imperialismo sa pagkilo sa bansa! Itigil!
Feudalismo na pagsasamantala sa ating mga magsasaka.
Waksan!
Sak ang burokrata sa bansa.
Ibagsa! Makibaka! Huwag matakot! Makibaka! Huwag matakot! Mula ko sistemang Marcos! Gapiin!
President Marcos was worried of an imminent communist takeover, and it was necessary for him to use military force.
Hindi man mapipilitan kami gumamit ng dahas na laban sa inyo.
Mga walang kwentang tuta ni Marcos, pare-pareho kayong gahaman sa kapangyarihan! Tama, mga walang moto at mapahaping militar ng Pangulo, huwag natin silang tularan. Tama, patalsikin si Marcos at ang kanyang tutang grupong militar. Patalsikin si Marcos! Patalsikin si Marcos!
Saturday on the night of August 21, 1971, at around 9:15 p.m., the candidates of the Liberal Party had formed a line on the stage with their arms raised and the crowd applauding. The band was playing and there were fireworks. The Liberal Party's campaign rally was held to introduce the 8 senatorial candidates and the candidate for mayoralty race in Manila. There was a crowd of about 4,000 people to hear the speeches of these candidates.
There were 2 loud explosions. 2 hand grenades were thrown on the stage of the political rally of the Liberal Party at Plaza Miranda in the district of Quiapo, Manila. 9 people were killed and 98 others were injured. Almost everyone on stage was injured, including Senator Jovita Solonga, Liberal Party President Gerardo Rojas, and Sergio Esmeña Jr. Senator Solonga became blind in one eye and deaf in one ear.
Who ordered the Plaza Miranda bombing? And what was the real motive? Suspicion of responsibility for the bombing initially fell upon President Ferdinand Marcos and his political party, the Nacionalistas. The Liberal Party blamed President Marcos for the bombing. On the other side, Marcos' allies suggested that Benigno Aquino, who was not at the rally, might be responsible for the bombing to eliminate his potential rivals within the party. In later years, the Marcos government presented evidence that Jose Maria Sison and the New People's Army were responsible for the bombing. The police captured one of the bombers who was identified as a sergeant of the Firearms and Explosive Section of the Philippine Constabulary, a military arm of the government. This bombing reportedly might have triggered the declaration of martial law. Marcos issued Presidential Proclamation number 880 that suspended the writ of habeas corpus on August 21, 1971, after the Plaza Miranda bombing.
Marcos declared Proclamation number 1081, placing the Philippines under martial law. His statement of declaration follows.
My countrymen, as of 21st of this month, I signed Proclamation number 1081 placing the entire Philippines under martial law. This proclamation was to be implemented upon my clearance, and clearance was granted 9 o'clock in the evening of 22nd last night. I have proclaimed martial law in accordance with the powers vested in the President by the Constitution of the Philippines. The proclamation of martial law is not a military takeover. I, as your duly elected President of the Republic, use this power, which may be implemented by military authorities, but still is a power embodied in the Constitution to protect the Republic of the Philippines and our democracy. A republican or democratic form of government is not helpless government when it is imperiled by the danger of violent overthrow. On insurrection or a rebellion, it has inherent and built-in powers wisely provided for under the Constitution.
Weeks later, after the declaration of martial law, many communist leaders and political opponents of Marcos were arrested and detained. Among them were Senators Ninoy Aquino, Jose Jocno, Ramon Mitra, Jose Mariveles, radio television commentator, and journalist Maximo Solayven.
Isipin ng mga senator na yan, sila ang unang kritiko ng ating Pangulo.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sila'y dapat maikulong. Maliwanag.
Sir, yes, sir. sir, pumanhid, pero kailangan nyo sumama sa amin.
Mass media were closed and placed under military control. Some of them were later permitted to reopen but under strict censorship. Student demonstrations, public political meetings, and labor strikes were strictly prohibited. All schools were closed for 1 week and curfew was imposed from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Siguraduhin na wala ng tao sa langsangan. Maliwanag?
Sir, yes, sir.
Ay, Edgar, alam mo ba na yung balibalita sa amin? Madami pinapatay at dinadakay.
Forget it tomorrow.
Talaga ba? Sino ba sila at bakit sila dinadakip at pinapatay?
Mga kriminal at komunista, pati rin ang sangkot sa drug trafficking. Nakakaawa nga yung iba, hindi binibigyan ng pagkakataon na maghabang buhay. Yung iba naman, sinangkot lang at walang kalam-alam.
Grabe naman pala ang pamamahala ni Marcos. So, napaka-diktator at napaka-violente niyang presidente.
Anong sinabi mo? Halika at sumama kayo sa amin.
Sir, patawad po, hindi po namin sinasadya.
Ipahiyak nyo ang mga nalalaman nyo tungkol sa Pangulo.
Po, maawa po kayo sa amin.
Naideklara ang martial law. Sinini na isa sa mga pangunahing kritiko ni Marcos ay nakulong ng ilang taon at napatungan din ito ng parusang kamatayan, ngunit siya ay nagkaroon ng sakit sa puso at siya ay pinahintulutan naman ni Presidente Marcos na maoperahan ito sa Estados Unidos. Sapagkat naniniwala si Marcos na si Ninoy Aquino ang pinakamahusay na papalit sa kanyang pwesto. Dahil sa pagnanasang maglingkod sa sambayan ng Pilipino, bumalik si Ninoy sa Pilipinas. Sa kanyang interview bago ito lumipad pabalik sa bansa, gamit ang bago niyang pangalan bilang Marshal Bonifacio,
I cannot allow myself to be petrified by the fear of assassination, and I want to spend my life in the corner.
Sa kanyang pagbabalik ay hindi na niya naisakatuparan ang kanyang mga adikain, sapagkat pagtuntong pa lang niya sa paliparan ng Miiya, si Aquino ay binaril at nalugmok sa tarmac. Ang kanyang pagkamatay noong Agosto 21, 1983 ang siyang nagmulat at gumising sa natutulog na damdamin ng taong bayan.
Patalsikin si Marcos! Patalsikin si Marcos! Suko na! Talo ka na, Marcos! Lumayas ka na, Marcos!
Isa kang mamamatay tao!
Meron ka na kapalit, Marcos! Calling for President!
Calling for President!
Nag-alsa ang milyon-milyong Pilipino at ito'y tinaguri ang people power. Napatalsik ang dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos at niluklok ang may bahay ni Ninoy na si Corazon Aquino bilang Pangulo ng bansa.
My brothers and sisters, I am grateful for the authority you have given me today, and I promise to offer all that I can do to serve you. It is fitting and proper that as our people lost their rights and liberties at midnight 14 years ago, the people should formally recover those lost rights and liberties in the full light of day. Ninoy believed that only the united strength of the Filipino people should suffice to overturn a tyranny so evil and so well organized. The brutal murder of Ninoy created the unity in strength that has come to be known as Lakas ng Bayan or People Power. People power shattered the dictatorship, protected those in the military that choose freedom, and today has established a government dedicated to this protection and meaningful fulfillment of our rights and liberties. We became exiles. We Filipinos who are at home only for freedom when Marcos destroyed the Republic 14 years ago. Now, by God's grace and the power of people, we are free again. We want to make a special appeal to those who have not yet joined us. Do not engage in any further action against the people, and instead, be among those who will lend a hand to rebuild the country. Thank you.
Live tayo ngayon dito sa Malacanang kung saan kanina lang ay nasaksihan natin ang matagumpay na talumpati ng ating kauna-unahang babaeng presidente na siyang nagpamalas ang pagkakaisa tungo sa demokrasya ng ating bansa. Siya ay walang iba kundi si Corazon Aquino na siyang itinuturing bilang ilaw ng demokrasya. Hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa rin nawawala ang saya at tuwa ng mga Pilipino dahil sa matagumpay nilang pagsasagawa ng EDSA People Power Revolution na nagsilbing kanilang armas upang magkapit at magbagsak ang malapit na batas militar. Ma'am, excuse me, pwede po ba kayo na-interview? Ano po masasabi niyo sa pagpupo ni Presidente Corazon Aquino?
Masaya sa pakiramdam kasi malayo na tayo sa martial law.
Maraming salamat po. Ngayon talaga namang may tuturing itong isang mapayapang demonstrasyon na magbibigay kulay sa kasaysayan ng ating bansa. Mark David Laguna.